Is it soup yet?
It is.
Hey, it's time for Thursday Night Soup. Join Doc, co-host Jeff Kendall, and many other famous celebrities as we discuss music, movies, and just plain cause havoc across the internet. And now, get ready. Let's welcome Doc Docist.
I want my Thursday night soup now!
There is. I cannot find this guy. Who is this guy of which you speak? Oh, hello. Yes. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Farley.
It is time for Thursday night soup. And here we are. Thanks for joining us from wherever you are. I need one of those things like the romper room, you know, like the. Yeah, and yeah. I see James. Yes, good. One of these days I'm going to get one. I see Jeff. I see Tim. And here we are. Oh, wait a minute.
And here we are.
Last minute edition.
Vito Scotty fan club. Hey.
Yeah.
Gotta get Vito's 10 cents in there.
Okay, that sounds good.
Oh,
yeah.
It's not a show without Vito Scotty.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, yeah.
Uh-oh, he's gone already.
Yeah, I was getting sunned on, so it was, yeah. Anyway, here we go.
Now, what is this little dot right there?
Oh, that's a secret.
Oh, I don't know. What is that little dot thing? There's two dots. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just wondering, what is that dot that's there?
It's a conversation piece.
And it certainly worked. Yeah.
It's his moonlight.
And anyway, we do have James Farley out there. Yay!
Good
Hello,
evening.
James Farley. Yes. And of course, I don't have the other thing ready. There
I bid you welcome.
There it goes. And, you know, hitting those things, you know, there's always a delay of about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's like, everybody stop! Everybody stop! So I can. I don't want to throw it into somebody's speech or something. I buy that for $1. Indeed. Watch how long it takes me to find that. Okay.
I think that's why airplanes crash. There's always like a 2-second delay between what the pilot does and what the plane does.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'd buy that for $1.
See how long it takes me to find those things?
Go away.
Now I can't shut off the matchstick man thing. Come on now. Where do I go for that? Okay. Too many buttons. And now I've got on this side 2 new buttons that are saying like a demo scene. What the heck is that now?
Mm-hmm.
What has StreamYard done now that now I need demo scenes and I can add new scenes? Like, what is this about?
It's an experiment.
I tried experimenting with it earlier. I couldn't figure out how to make it work.
Maybe you got to pour some yop on it.
Yeah.
I'm yopless tonight.
Uh-oh.
I am yopless tonight. However,
that's a good sign.
For all you people who say, "Hi, what did you buy this week?" I didn't buy anything really, but
what did you buy, Doc?
I didn't buy anything, but I pulled something off the shelf to amaze you with, and it was
amazing.
The amazing essential ABC.
ABC? That's the wrong group. Okay.
ABC, is that a Sesame Street thing?
Yeah, my mother bought me that book before I went to kindergarten.
Yeah.
There's the thumbnail. Hey.
Yes.
Okay. And it was a triple.
Ooh, that's all I ever want.
Ooh, triple. In a lovely digipack.
Sold out Digipack.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go to Jeff Kendall because I know he's got a lot of stuff.
Okay. I don't have a lot of stuff. I have a few things. First off, of course, I like an artist called Peter Gabriel. He's one of the few artists in 2025 I like. This is one of the soundtracks. Ace wants to help. It's called Passion, and I really enjoy it. It's from the movie. Well, it was going to be from the movie Passion of the Christ, but he kept going too long, and it's just called Passions. Also, I was talking about this guy last week, and a couple of his CDs came in. Guy I really like, this fella right here.
Oh, Pete Townsend.
Very good record here. And I got
White City.
White City.
Nice.
It's really good.
Not nearly as good for a record.
No, not nearly as good, but I like some songs onto it. And even my thrift store got me something for $1.99.
What?
4 Steve McQueen records or album DVDs, not records, DVDs.
Nice.
Oh, film favorite.
Another actor that my son doesn't know who he is.
Those are really good movies too.
Oh yeah.
Hunter, that was the last one you did, right?
Yeah, the last one. I've already seen 2 of them. I've seen and Bullet.
I've seen
What do
Hunter.
you think, Ace? See, is that a good film?
Cats love Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
Is that about a grandson that gets a little out of control at times?
Might be.
Kind of like Cats.
Well, that Pete Townsend Empty Glass, I remember when it came out, Roger Daltrey was complaining that Pete was saving all the good stuff for his own albums.
Oh yeah.
I remember that was a big controversy.
I've got another one. I've got his Chinese Eyes also on the way because I want to have that one.
Yeah.
The Chinese Eyes, I think.
In Pete's defense, he said, I don't think Roger would have sang Rough Boys because of a couple of lines in the song. So.
Oh yeah.
I can remember that very vividly. Roger was not happy that Who was getting. He thought the Who were getting second-rate songs or something. I don't know, but
yeah.
It's true. I mean, he liked Face Dances so much. He gave the album title to the Who, but he kept the song for himself.
Yeah.
I got nothing. Hi.
Oh dear. I got one thing. The Ducks.
The Ducks.
Yes.
The Ducks.
Hi,
Brian.
So, I don't know. Do you recognize anybody on the back cover?
Let's see.
Vito Scotti.
Yeah, one guy.
Oh,
that's Neil.
It's Neil.
This
was something he was doing in the summer of 1977.
Okay.
Touring around guys, and we put together. This just came out a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay.
And,
I know.
Yeah,
I know it's not, but the one guy looks like Peter Noon.
Yeah, the guy in the end.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's not.
Like, what is Peter Noon and Neil Young doing together?
It's kind of folk and country kind of stuff. Yeah. It's the 3 record sets, so I figured it's mostly live or all live, mostly live, I think. But they did a series of dates. I can show you. It's all over the summer of '77, so Neil must have been bored. But there's the tour dates. There.
Didn't go very far.
No, it was just kind of a one-off. There's the band members there.
So he did that one before Rust Never Sleeps, I think.
Yeah. And even before, what was the one that Nicolette Larson was on? They did a lot of love, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So it was just before that, I think. Was
okay.
Yeah. It's from the Neil Young archives. So there you go.
Yeah. One of the guys looked like Gallagher.
Yeah, the guy next to
this guy.
Yeah, guy next to Neil. Yeah.
It's not, but yeah.
I don't see any watermelons.
No, going to squish watermelons and
no sledge-o-matics.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's it. That's my new one.
So
sounds good.
Okay. And now for another amazing feature on this show, the weather report. Well, you know, outside it's 30 degrees.
Where you're at. Right here it's 57, and yes, tornadoes touched down in Oklahoma Monday night. As far as I know, nobody was injured, but there was some damage, and everything is okay now.
All right.
It's -1 degree in Tuktoyaktuk.
It's tornado season in Oklahoma.
They don't have tornadoes in Tuktoyaktuk.
That'd be fun.
If you guys, some of you guys might know of BMX Seeker. I'm not sure who he is, but he did a video this week where there was a hail and there was a tornado touching down near him too.
Ooh. The weather is
in Tuktoyaktuk, they have an ice tornado, I guess.
Yeah.
It's so cold.
well, better than a Sharknado.
Yeah, you kind of want those
tornadoes. Those are dangerous.
Yeah, they're nasty, those things.
They could have a polar bear NATO.
That'd be fun.
Plus, you got a lot of really lousy B actors as your neighbors if you live near those. Those aren't.
Yes. Ricky James, welcome to Zoop.
Zoop. Zoop tonight. Tonight is Zoop.
Is Zoop.
The everlasting question.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes, and Canadian stuff is Doc Dacus, and Doc Dacus is Canadian stuff.
Yeah, it's interchangeable. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay.
Okay. So what button do I push now? Come on now. So how many people have seen this? What just happened between Mary Tyler Moore and Valerie Harper is unbelievable.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Doc, if you didn't click on every one of those, you'd stop getting them. I'm just saying. I don't get them. I wonder why.
I didn't click on it. I took a screenshot.
Yeah.
Well, that's clicking on it. It's the same. Anytime your cursor rolls over the thing, YouTube knows about it.
Yeah, they speak in the afterlife, I guess.
Speaking of the afterlife, I watched Beetlejuice yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Is that the sequel?
Yes, the one that took 30 years to make.
Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
No. Sorry.
Okay. Well, it's gone then.
Is it Michael Keaton in that one?
Yes, and
Yeah.
yeah, her. She was in there too, and Catherine O'Hara. But it was just like it wasn't funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't find the first one particularly funny.
I like the first.
Really, no, it was a little weird.
So I don't. How funny could the second one be?
Wasn't. It was like there was a lot of story. You couldn't say there was no stories to it. They had 3 different stories going on at the same time, including how to explain why Catherine O'Hara's husband wasn't in this one.
He's dead, didn't he?
I don't even remember her from the first.
I don't remember that. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Probably like Alec Baldwin was in the original, right?
Yeah.
And was it Gina Davis? She was in it too, wasn't she?
Yeah. So, but they had to explain.
I don't even remember Catherine O'Hara in it.
Seems to me she was in there. But she
was, but I saw the movie.
Wasn't she the mom? I mean, wasn't she what's mom?
Yeah, I think she was the mother figure.
Yeah, she was. Why can't I think of her name?
Catherine O'Hara.
But the dark-haired young girl. That's her mom.
Oh, Winona Ryder.
House.
Winona Ryder.
Winona Ryder.
Yeah, Winona. They buy the house. Her and her husband, who's not in it, buy the house, and that's Beetlejuice. Bring their daughter.
And the same little miniature town is still upstairs.
Yeah.
Don't dare say his name 3 times, but
And also, in the first Beetlejuice, there was a famous actress from the old days, from the 1930s and 40s.
Sylvia Sidney, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one that had.
I pretty much guarantee she's not in the new one.
Yeah, I doubt it. No. Did she do this movie and then Mars Attacks? Or did she do Mars Attacks and Beetlejuice, or Beetlejuice and Mars Attacks?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
She played the grandmother because the kid who rescues his grandmother worked at the donut shop, and she played his Slim Whitman records that makes the aliens' brains explode.
They blew up Congress.
Yeah,
yeah, she's laughing about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like if they didn't make a sequel when the movie was out, why do they have to wait 25 years to do it?
Because that wasn't standard Hollywood practice in 1986 or whatever to make a sequel of every single movie that you make. That only happened later.
Hollywood has just run out of ideas like 20 years ago.
I agree.
Well, it's not that they're not trying. They only do insider stuff, and they only care about money now. Once upon a time, Hollywood cared about money, but they also cared about prestige in the studio and making a good. That's what was good about the studio system, because each studio was good at one specific thing, and that was prestigious for them. So they wanted to make really good films, especially in that one thing they were good at, so they could stay on top. But once the studio system broke up, then it just all became about individual people making money off films, and they don't care if it's crap. As long as it makes money, who cares?
It's the same thing with the music industry.
Yeah.
Videos and money. That's all.
Yeah, if you had, especially if you had, one of the smaller labels like Liberty or Mercury or something, you wanted your artists to make the best albums that they could make, so that you go, look what my label just did, and that still happens with independent labels. I mean, look at I can never think of his name, the guy with the the long bearded guy that interviewed McCartney. I can never remember his name.
Rick
Rubin. His label, his American Recordings. I mean, look at what he only put out, like excellent stuff on that label. And that's but when your company's worth $50 gazillion and you've got thousands of artists signed to your label, you don't care. You just want to make money. That's
make money and sell records.
That's what everything is now. There's no art left anymore. It's just about making money. Music's not art anymore. Movies aren't art.
Well, Beetlejuice 2 did make money. It was one of the bigger movies of last year. However,
did it?
Oh yeah, it did well. But watching it was a chore.
Yeah, but it made money. But the original Beetlejuice probably cost something around $40 million and probably made 150 or 200 by the time VHS sales and everything else, foreign and everything else, right? The new Beetlejuice probably cost $300 million, and maybe they made $100 million. It's not. They made money, but it's not nearly the percentage that they made on the original. They never are anymore. The only people in the movie industry making money are the little people that don't spend a lot of money on their movies.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying that they didn't put any money into it, because there was lots of special.
No, I know they put money into it.
But it was just boring to watch. I'm sorry.
The friggin' catering for a movie costs as much as a lot of movies did in like 1980. Just the catering budget.
Catering by
Scotty, right? I mean, Vito Scotti ate them out of house and home because he worked.
Yeah, he ate all that food.
He probably worked for $100 in lunch. I mean, come on.
Vito got up every morning and said, "I got to eat today. I got to go do some TV show."
Yeah,
Oh, by the way, James
go hang
used
out
to
at
give
buffet tables.
recommendations for Tim's channel, but he hasn't put a video up in like 8 months.
Oh no.
I know. Well, my computer died, and I could do it on my laptop, but I'm a little leery of it, so I haven't. I'm thinking about it. I've been thinking about it for a while.
It's frightening.
But my main computer died, so this is why I'm dark.
Yeah, because you're talking about Beetlejuice. My son showed me the Blade Runner sequel a couple of years ago. It was almost like close to over 3 hours.
Yeah,
that's too long for a movie. I mean, geez.
Well, that's what they don't know how to edit anymore. They don't know how to construct movies anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, film noirs used to be like 70 minutes long, and you had so much going on in 70 minutes. They don't know how to do that anymore. They have no clue.
Just movie's gone. Yeah.
I would say they're a garage band. They played in the garage all the time.
Well, that's the way the first episode started.
They never played. Jeff, you should know by now. Gee.
The tornado took it away.
Oh.
Yeah.
Blew it to the other side of the room. There we go.
You're fired.
Now, wasn't it Susan Crow's birthday in heaven?
Wait a minute.
Coming up, isn't it?
Oh, right now.
Today? Oh, happy birthday in heaven,
happy
Susan Crow.
Happy birthday, Suzanne Crow.
Wish you a golden tambourine.
We should have all brought tambourines and played.
Yeah. There she is.
March 6th. There we are. Yes.
Have maracas.
Suzanne Crow's birthday. She was the golden voice. Yes.
Yeah.
She must have played maracas at some point.
Yeah.
I got maracas.
It's funny because when she grew up and like was in her 30s and stuff, and you'd see her in interviews and stuff, she looked exactly the same. Most people change drastically from when they're a kid to when they're adult. She looked exactly the same.
Yeah.
So she could have played Tracy for the next 20 years.
Yeah. She didn't change at all.
Good evening, Gary Wilkerson. Hello.
Gary.
He's back from Belize.
You know, I watched a commentary. I watched the film of the commentary tonight, shot in Oklahoma in 1971. Near you, Jeff, somewhere near you.
What's it called?
This Stuff Will Kill You.
Oh, okay. I've heard of it. Yeah. Yeah, it's Herschel Gordon Lewis.
Herschel Gordon Lewis. And they were talking about the guy. It wasn't him doing it. It was his assistant director doing the commentary. And he was talking about how they needed extras, right? So they just put signs up all over town. Come and be in a movie and we'll give you lunch. And that's it. And tons of people came. That wouldn't happen today. They had more extras than they knew what to do with, and all they had to do was give them lunch.
Yeah. I know. I think that the Last Picture Show was filmed down in Texas, I believe.
Yeah.
So This Stuff Will Kill You was filmed in Oklahoma. So there you go.
Yeah, it was filmed in Oklahoma and Oklahoma City, and then a place about an hour outside of Oklahoma City. I got a feeling near you, but anyway.
What direction?
He didn't say.
Okay.
I forgot. He said the name of the town, but I forgot.
Let's see. Shawnee.
Bring out a map.
Shawnee, Enid,
Norman.
Lawton, Norman.
Might be Enid. I don't remember.
Okay, Enid. Yeah. Enid is about an hour from OKC.
So Jeff Kendall's never been in a movie.
No, I never have.
Well, his dad might have been.
My dad was in 1971. My dad was a traveling salesman. He was gone a lot, so he didn't have time to be in any movies. So
there's too many towns to name. I won't bother.
There are. But there's a lot. I mean, they filmed that Twister sequel in this town. Twisters. Parts of it.
Oh yeah. They film out my way all the time. It's amazing. Like 5 minutes down. Like, well, there's a big studio out here. Guy, they're all over the place. So one guy owns them all, and they do a huge amount of filming. Just 5 minutes from my house here. It's all over the place. It's with our low dollar. That's they're coming up here, taking advantage of it. It's amazing.
And they also filmed another movie. Oh, Tim Allen and the Man.
Yeah, we know Tim Allen's been in a movie. It's right there.
There was another film right down the street that was filmed about cowboys, and Cheryl Ladd was in it. And I saw Cheryl Ladd. She was filming the movie right down the street.
A couple of years ago, more than that now, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, probably more than that. But anyway, they filmed at the end of the cul-de-sac. I live on a cul-de-sac, so they filmed at the end of our cul-de-sac here. And they came around. They wanted to use people's driveways to park their trucks and stuff. So we said, yeah, and they gave us $800 for a week. They used it for a week, and they had this big 3-ton truck parked in my driveway. They gave me $800. Okay, fine, I'll take it.
Okay, that's good. Extra money, just like that.
Yeah.
Did they film any of the X-Files up by you, Paul?
Well, yeah, before I lived here, but yeah, X-Files was filmed in the Vancouver area.
And the Beachcombers.
Yeah.
Well, they were more out north of us near Gibson's, but
really,
X-Files was filmed around here. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff on here. Like, a lot of it's TV movies. If you see a Hallmark movie, I swear half of the Hallmark movies are filmed in Fort Langley, which is just down the road from me. Because I'm here all the time, right? So I see all these buildings that I know. It's like, I was there.
Fort Langley must be a very fake-looking town, because all of the towns in Hallmark movies, none of them look like they could possibly be real towns.
It's an old town. It was BC was founded as a province. It was an old Hudson Bay fort, and BC was founded as a province. Fort Langley was the original capital. But yeah, no, there's a lot of old buildings, and it's got that small town. Well, it is a small town, so it's got that small town feel to it. And the main street is like all these shops and antique things and that kind of thing.
Perfect for Hollywood.
Yeah, it's very, very quaint. It's a quaint little town.
What they're looking for is quaint.
When you walk down the street in the summer, is it filled with fake snow?
Yeah, it is. Yes. No, we see that. No, seriously, it is. We see that all the time because they do all the Christmas movies there.
Oh, I know. The Hallmark has the fakest snow I've ever seen anybody use ever.
It would be about 10 years ago now. Henry Winkler did one in Fort Langley. It was Christmas. Yeah.
I will own up to not only knowing that movie, but it's one of my favorite Christmas movies. I'm serious. He's very good in it. I think it's one of the best movies.
Yeah, no, it was good. But they did that in Fort Langley. Most of that was in there because I'm watching it. I think, I know that house. I know where they are. I know exactly where they are. I know there's the town hall again.
Yeah,
town hall is in all of them.
It's called The Most Wonderful Time of the Year, that movie. And he plays an uncle, and he's very, very funny in the movie. He has one of my favorite lines ever. He's talking about her boyfriend. There's his niece's boyfriend, and he's talking to somebody about her. He says, "Between you and me is waste of skin." I'm like, whoa! For a Hallmark movie, that's pretty
harsh.
That's pretty rough.
Yeah, like I was saying, when they were filming the Twisters movie, they had sets of fake tornadic, houses half blown away, like a couple of miles away. And I didn't see any stars, but they kept wondering when they're going to take them, break them down. And one day I drove by there, and they've broken them down and put them on flatbed trucks and sent all the set pieces away. So,
but I would say less than a mile north of where we live on the road. There's a house there. It's just sitting in the middle of a field, and a studio owns that.
No.
So they're filming at that house all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to take a stab at their favorite Dr. Hook song?
Sylvia's mother.
Well, is Lee talking about Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show or Dr. Hook? Because that's two different things. Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show is way better than Dr. Hook,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion.
Just take a stab so I can take that down.
Cover of the Rolling Stone. Was that a Dr.
Yes,
Hook?
that's Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show. Roland the Roadie and Gertrude the Groupie.
Could have been in the right place. What was the name of that song? Could have been the right place.
Wrong time. That was.
That's Dr. John. That's
Dr.
not.
John,
That's Dr. John.
Oh, that's Dr. John. Oh, well, same medical office, I guess.
Yeah. Pretty much.
How about sharing the night together?
See, that's Dr. Hook. That is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, then I win then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
You had a
win.
single when you're in love with a beautiful.
I was never-
He was only 16.
Yeah.
That's Dr. Hook.
Mhm.
All right, back to talking about Hollywood crap.
Yes.
Yes.
Or either that, or I can show another fantastic thumbnail that I came across recently.
Mm-hmm.
Look at
Oh,
this.
the truth about.
Take your choice. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
And Doc
Yeah.
wonders why he gets all this stuff. He collects it, and then he wonders why he keeps getting more. I don't know. It's weird.
Mhm. And also, you know,
I really want to punch out Don Rickles. Come on.
You give out your phone number, you get spam phone calls. It's just the way it is.
yes.
Yep.
Same thing.
Now, another thing, Warner Brothers wants us to tear down. We have a big leg at the end of our street down here, and Warner
right.
Brothers wants it to tear it down. Wants
What
us
do
to
you
tear it
mean a
down
leg?
because it violates a big leg, some big lady's leg. It's a big leg like a lamp, you know, like a lampshade. and
Oh,
everything.
like in a Christmas Story.
Yeah, and then Warner Brothers wants us to tear it down because it violates copyright. How do you violate copyright? Copyright
It's
with
a
something
leg.
like that.
It's a leg.
Yeah. It's a big leg.
What was the big leg there before 1982?
No, it's only been there a couple of years.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say maybe Warner Brothers is violating your copyright.
That's only been there a couple of years. People come from miles around to see the leg. Let's go see the leg.
Oh,
yeah.
well, it's a tourist attraction.
Then they're not
It
gonna
is,
tear it down. It's too bad. They're not.
Well, if they're that upset about it, why don't they come and tear it down?
Yeah, you can see it right down there. I'd see all the hobos sleeping next to the railroad tracks.
Because they'll get arrested.
Yeah,
Tear it
probably.
down.
Or get
You
shot.
can't just go tear down statues.
Mhm.
Well, Jeff, why are you not making a video about this leg?
Yeah, that's
Because everybody else did.
Oh,
I don't get it on my feed. You know what I get on my feed, but
Yeah, you get all kinds of interesting stuff.
yeah, but I mean, like, go make a video about the leg at the end of the street.
Did Z Top make a song about it?
It's a leg at the end of
He's
the
got a
street.
leg. Just one.
Google Warner Brothers wants to censor this leg in this Oklahoma town. Yeah.
I got a video of it right here.
Mhm.
It's got a big bell or something on top of it.
Mhm. Yeah. Mhm.
Ooh, share it with us. Share it with us.
Well, can I just say that Warner Brothers didn't invent the leg?
I was gonna say they didn't.
They did not. I'm pretty sure.
They're just looking for money.
Yeah.
Well, that's all anybody's looking for.
There's the
You know,
link there, Doc.
Nobody wants to actually make anything anymore. Everybody just wants free money. That's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Free money. That's all they care about.
Better hurry before Rick 9G gets a hold of it.
See, that's another thing. You keep getting his stuff in your feed because even if you don't click on it or anything, you talk about him on here. And if you think they're not listening, you're not.
There's a link. There's a link in the private chat if you want to show it.
They're listening. They're listening. We'll have a conversation on here, and I'll go directly from here to YouTube, and there'll be stuff that we were talking about in my YouTube feed. They listen. Don't think that they don't.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
freaky.
So can I play this thing?
The YouTube thing about probably, yeah.
Okay, hang
a
on.
couple of shorts as well on it, but yeah.
Okay. Now I got to figure out how I can share it myself. Present, share screen.
Don't forget the volume.
Okay, here it comes.
There it is.
I was Chickasha's Italian roots, but they're hard to argue with when you see Fragile written here on the side of a box in the middle of town. As far as what's in the box, well, let's just say Chickasha won a major award.
I was just out. I came downtown to do a little bit of shopping, and I was like,
Only Kara Hoover didn't say fudge.
that is one big blow-up leg.
How this giant leg lamp ended up in Chickasha is a Christmas story, years in the making.
Just continued to think about what could we do to get people to come to Chickasha and make us a destination spot.
After brainstorming, Treasurer Tim Elliott came up with a triple dog dare ya, the Economic Development Council.
I set my leg lamp up on the table and I said, how about a 150-foot leg lamp at the end of Main Street?
Brilliant. Brilliant.
But it was an idea.
But little did Elliott know, the iconic leg lamp has a real connection to Chickasha.
I just blew it off as a very aged man that thinks he invented the leg lamp.
Former OU professor Nolan James died in July. His obituary says he invented the lamp. Legend has it, the original one stood in Nolan's office, and a man would often stop by to see it. Turns out, that man worked on the production team for A Christmas Story. Unfortunately for us,
So they did rip it off.
Leg grounded Tuesday.
You say we can't get the lamp up because of the weather, but is it maybe because someone used all the glue on purpose?
Yes, all the glue was used and we couldn't piece it back together again.
In Chickasha, Chase Horn, Oklahoma's News.
That's unbelievable.
Right down the street. That's true.
How
And that
come
guy there,
hasn't got a Nobel Prize.
that guy they're interviewing, my mom and dad went to school with his dad, and he's not a very nice person. That's all I have to say.
Oh, really? The guy they interviewed?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, now I want to go to Chickasha just to see the lake.
Yeah. And you can see me.
No, I want
You go this way and go a couple of miles the other way, and you'll run into my apartment house where I live.
I wonder if they got anything like that in Tuktoyaktuk.
I have probably a big umbrella or something, or somebody's freezing, you know.
big walrus or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like what? Isn't there like a Simpsons episode? You know, like what can we do to bring people in? That's when they said we'll build a monorail. That'll bring the people. You know.
Now there's a couple of new restaurants down there. There's actually a club where we have comedy acts and that kind of stuff. You saw the hotel, our big hotel down there that's been here forever, you know. And that's
are the Ritz brothers appearing at that comedy show?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. They're dead.
Yeah, they're all
three of them.
gone. But that leg is right down the street from where I live.
Well, I feel so much fulfilled knowing about this leg now.
Yes.
I had no idea.
Jeff's been keeping it from us all this
Yeah.
time.
Hey, I know where you can see a leg. That's what we're doing there. Yeah.
Well, Windsor has a big Canadian flag down at the end of the main street.
Okay, well that's good.
Ooh, I'm sure that brings a lot of visitors.
We got a car dealer's got one of those out here. It used to be called Flag Chev. I don't know what they call it now, but it's massive. You can see it for miles. This thing is way up there, and it's absolutely massive. This flag, Canadian flag.
Our flag is viewable from the United States, kind of like a yeah.
Oh.
And that's what we're all doing right now.
Okay.
Yeah, Jeff, if you climb up to the top of the leg, you can see it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It doesn't look like a climbing leg to me.
No,
Inflatable leg.
yeah, Vito Scotti would become. See, Vito Scotti's no longer with us either.
No.
Oh, no.
1996, I think he passed.
Yes.
It's a shame, you know.
I'm
TV's
gonna
just
check and
not
see
the
if
same
it's-
without him.
Yeah, see if his cookbook is still on Amazon.
Yeah, that's why I quit watching television, because Vito Scotti was
Well, what's the point? What's the point? Like, you know, an old friend moves on, and why turn the TV on now?
Right. No more Vito Scotti. Darn it.
You know, when you're not getting the programs you deserve, and you're getting all this like courtroom dramas, and you know, who's the real father and all that kind of stuff, there's no chance of Vito Scotti showing up.
No.
Vito Scotti could have been the real father.
It could have been. But the grandfather now.
Well, he's not making any new episodes of anything right now.
No.
So what's? I never heard of the Boogaloos. Are they
Bugaloos?
Guys,
The Bugaloos.
That's true. That's true. Burt Mustin was in a lot of
stuff too. Yes.
I see Burt Mustin show up a lot.
He didn't start acting until he was in his 60s.
And he never changed. He always looked the same. For
He always looked the same. Yeah.
He had a lot of time to make up for, I guess. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
mhm.
Bert, yeah.
Burt Mustin, yeah. He's in a lot of stuff too. So was oh gosh, what was his
He
name?
died in 1977.
Yeah, he was like 95 or something.
Yeah, he was born in 1884.
Okay. How about Charles Lane?
Charles Lane?
Charles Lane was in a lot of stuff.
In relation to Denny Lane?
I don't think so.
Lois Lane?
No.
I remember seeing Burt Mustin on the early Johnny
Penny
Carson
Lane?
show. They were talking about going to football games to like 1912.
Oh yeah, he always played a crabby old guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charles Lane. Yeah. I remember him.
He was the guy in Petticoat Junction wanted to shut down the
Oh,
road.
that guy. Yeah, the
He
old
always
old
played
guy.
a crabby old bugger.
Yeah, but he played in a lot of other shows as the crabby old guy.
Yeah,
He lived to be like 100 and forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Whenever he showed up, you knew what he was going to say. Yeah.
yeah, so he wasn't as prolific as Vito Scotti or any of these, but still.
Career spanned 76 years. My goodness. Died in 2007.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So like everybody,
he was over 100.
Oh,
Born in 1905.
yeah. So everybody knows I've been checking up on the Ritz brothers. So I watched another Ritz brothers thing today.
Yeah.
Who was in a co-starring role in that? It was William Demarest.
Oh yeah, in the early days. Yeah.
Yeah, so like back in the 1942, I guess this would be 20 years before my three sons. And there was William Demarest, and he looked the same.
Wow.
No black hair.
So it wasn't like oh look, there's a young William. No, he looked.
Yeah, he always looked the same. Isn't he in? He's in a political movie from I don't think Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, but one of those kind of movies William Demarest was in.
And William Frawley made a bunch of those kind of movies too.
Well,
he was in 3 or 4 Abbott and Costello films, I believe.
I seen William Demarest. You know, like you couldn't not notice like the voice and stuff. I says, that's William Demarest.
He sounds.
And when they got a decent picture, I says, it is William Demarest.
Well,
he looks the same, even though it's 20 years before.
Looks like a
William Frawley. William Frawley too. William Frawley goes back and he looks the same too. You see him in films in the late 30s, early 40s, and he's an old man then.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Like, are they made up to look like that forever?
Just what they
never know. Another person I saw in a couple of the early Abbott and Costello films with Shemp Howard.
Oh yeah.
This was before
Mm-hmm.
he joined the Stooges.
Oh yeah. Well, even Joe Besser was in those things too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Are we talking about Paul Winchell again? No, we're not.
Nope.
Unless you want us to.
Not him or Knucklehead Smith or anything like that.
No, or Gargamel or.
Wasn't that one stooge a regular on the Abbott Costello TV show?
Yeah,
Joe Besser was. Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't Joe Besser?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
After he left the
Stooges. Yeah, he played Stinky.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The little boy that never grew up or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't like him in that either. So
the Joe Besser Club.
Yeah, I'm not a Joe. Joe Besser is probably my least favorite.
How long was he in the Stooges?
Not very long, just from the complete
2 years.
Yeah, I read he left because he refused. He didn't want to be slapped.
No, that's not why he left. His wife was ill. He didn't want to leave.
Oh, was he? Okay, I read he didn't want to be.
No, well, that is true, but that's not why he left the act.
Okay, his wife got sick.
Not according to Rick Ninety. That's exactly why he left. The moment Rick Ninety has it on film, the moment that he left.
That he left, walked out. And they also had the moment of Curly's stroke as well.
Rick Ninety knows everything.
And there, he was in the back of a cab the evening Shemp Howard died, coming home from the boxing matches.
Yeah. I know one of Tim Allen's favorite YouTube channels is Facts Verse.
Oh yeah, I love Facts Verse.
I should have taken a screenshot of it, but it was something to do with an old rock star blog. Oh, sorry. Now I remember what it was. The reason why Pete Townsend and Roger Daltrey don't talk anymore. From Facts Verse UK.
Mm-hmm.
They don't talk anymore?
According to Facts Verse UK, they don't talk anymore.
According to Cliff Richard.
It's
an inside joke.
What? And he was wearing a bandage so the handcuffs don't scrape his arm.
Who? What? What are we talking about?
Huh?
I don't know what we're talking about.
I'm so confused.
Anybody that knows anything about the Who knows that Pete Townsend and Roger Daltrey never really talked. They were never friends. They never really even liked. They're probably closer now than they've ever been in their whole life. They never liked each other. They just they were convenient for each other. They worked well.
Both have very strong personalities, you know.
Oh yeah.
And the big friction with the Who was Daltrey was the one who didn't like. He describes it. I was the only one in the band that wasn't a drug addict. You know, and he was pretty straight, and I think that caused tensions too, because he used to get pissed off the other guys couldn't show up stoned, you know, and he couldn't get things done. But I think Daltrey's a bit of a perfectionist as well, so.
But Daltrey was a tough. He was a boxer, and in the early days, they needed a lead singer, and they kept getting beat up because they were mods. There was that whole mods rockers thing going on, so they put Daltrey in the band because he was tough. And they weren't tough.
Oh, he's tough already. Yeah. By the way, anybody have a favorite Paul McCartney solo music video?
You know, I said it's not my favorite, but just on that topic, I just saw the other day it was a remastered promo for the Venus and Mars album.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, I did too.
It's pretty cool. They're playing pool, right? With the red.
They're playing pool.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Does that mean I'm gonna have to watch it now?
Boy, Paul was really sporting the mullet back then, huh?
I saw it come up in my feed now, and I don't know if I need to watch
and
this.
Then he had his crappy little mustache going on. I think Coming Up might be McCartney's best video.
Probably.
It's
good.
really good. But I also like No Other Baby just because it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I was
You've
going to
never
say,
seen No Other Baby. He's marooned. He's on the ocean in a boat all alone. He's just it's in black and white, and he shaves, and he's just doing all this busy stuff, and he's just floating in the ocean. It's pretty
why not say?
because it's awful.
That's the one on the back of the pickup.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Come on. When McCartney dabs Michael Jackson with the shaving cream, it's like, hey, that's the first time shaving cream has ever touched that boy's face.
Yeah, probably. Mm-hmm.
Horrible.
Yeah, I think my favorite is a song that should have been a bigger hit.
We're supposed to guess who the James Farley
Avatar. Okay, sorry.
It's William Demarest.
I can't see it. I got to blow.
He worked with Chaplin.
Oh, it's I can't think of his name. It's one of Charlie Chaplin's main guys.
Henry Bergman is somebody else.
No, it's not Henry Bergman. It's the other one.
The other guy. It's not Henry Bergman. It's the other guy.
No, I forget his name, but I know who it is.
Mm-hmm. Albert Austin.
And he died. He died like fairly early in Chaplin's feature. Like,
he looks very scary. Whoever.
He looks like a Vulcan.
Yeah. Well, he.
Are we right, James? I forget his name. Why can't I think of his
Albert
name?
Austin, I believe.
Because you're old. That's why you can't think of it.
I don't know. He looks like a
I'm thinking Albert Austin was the little guy.
Oh, okay.
Why can't I think of his name?
Jeff is Googling it.
Henry Bergman was the short, fat guy. Albert Austin was the little guy. Whenever you see Chaplin pick somebody up and do this, it's usually Austin.
Eric
Campbell. That's his name. We knew who it was. They just couldn't think of his name.
Because Chaplin used him because he looked menacing.
Oh yeah, no, he put this dark eyeshadow under his eyes and around his, and he looked. Ooh.
He was also in The Kid, as well. He played a policeman.
We probably menaced Jackie Cooper.
He's in The Immigrant. My favorite scene with him, I think, is in The Immigrant.
He died.
Chaplin is in a cafe and he doesn't have any money.
Oh yeah.
And he finds a coin on the ground, so he buys something, and he sees Eric Campbell's a waiter, and he goes around, and this guy pays his bill, and he looks at a coin and puts it in his teeth and bends it in half, picks the guy up, shakes him, beats the crap out of him, throws him out. And then Chaplin is like, do I have enough money? Chaplin falls out of his seat, he's like,
Here's what Wikipedia says about his death. At a cast party, Campbell got drunk driving home at 4 a.m., crashed his car, and died as a result.
Wow.
I never knew how he died. I just knew he died.
He's 38 years old.
Yeah.
Very young.
Yeah. It says here he was only active from 1916 to 1917, so he had a short career.
Yeah, I like before he even made features, but he was one of his right hand man. I mean, he's in a lot of Chaplin shorts.
He says we don't learn anything around.
Fascinating.
Unbelievably fascinating. You learn so much stuff from watching this program. Why aren't other people watching this?
And that movie is over 100 years old. The Immigrant was 1917.
Oh yeah,
fascinating.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes. Whatever.
I'm trying to remember what I watched. I watched this movie that wasn't very good. It was watched two movies with.
You say that a lot.
Jackie Cooper. 2 movies with Jackie Cooper, and this goes back to the silent thing. I'm trying to think of the guy's name now, but this movie was made in like the 40s, and Jackie Cooper was a teenager at this point in time, or maybe even in his early 20s. And I'm looking at the credits, and it was directed by the guy that directed a lot of Buster Keaton's early films. I forget his Eddie somebody, but I'm like, I know that name. I'm like, holy crap, that's what he was doing then.
That's that Eddie guy.
Like Buster Keaton's partner. They would work out the gags together. They basically made films together. And this is way later, and he's still working. And I'm like,
Eddie
that's
Edwards.
cool. No, I forget his name.
Eddie
Water.
No, Steven.
Eddie, the famous producer director
with
from the 1940s.
The partner of Buster Keaton in film.
Eddie. Nobody knows who he is.
No, I've forgotten his name. If you said it, I'd know, but I'm not even sure it's Eddie, but I think it is.
Smith.
Ed Wood.
No, Ed Wood.
You never knew on Keaton's early films if he actually directed it or if this other guy did, or if they did it together. They would take turns and
Eddie Munster.
Now, Harold Lloyd's most famous film was probably Safety Last.
Yeah, Safety Last is his most famous film. The Freshman is probably his best, but his most famous is Safety Last.
No, Jeff Kendall's doing some Googling again.
Yeah, I forget. But anyway, he directed a film in the 40s with Jackie Cooper. Like,
he grew up to be Perry White.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what in the later Spider-Man movies?
Superman.
Oh, Superman.
Oh,
yeah, okay. He was I know him. He was in the Rockford Files a bunch of times.
Wasn't he Eddie Klein?
Yeah, Eddie Klein. That's his name.
Because he died in 1961. So
yeah, he directed this Jackie Cooper movie. I'm like, really? Eddie Klein?
Did Jackie Cooper ever get Miss Crabtree?
Oh, one of those was on the end of this videotape too. The one where he sits in the car next to her was on the end of the 2 movies on one. It's not a videotape, it's a DVD. And then there was a short, a Three Stooges short, and it had Miss Crabtree and Jackie Cooper, and Jackie Cooper was like in love with Miss Crabtree, and
riding on the end, Chubsy Absy was riding on the boat.
That one.
Chubby Cheney, yeah.
And they steal, her brother goes swimming and they steal his clothes.
Yeah.
Because they think he's gonna marry her.
So I remember that one. And they're really crying real crocodile tears at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Marina and the rest of the guys.
Yeah, kids, we talk about all the modern movies here.
Yes, we do. The classic.
That was played by June Marlowe, was Miss Crabtree.
I think she died early too.
June Marlowe.
No, she retired from acting in the 40s, I think.
She died when she was 80, 1984. She was 80.
Yeah, so she had a pretty full life. But she retired from acting to raise a family, I understand.
Oh, well, that's nice. I'm sure Rick 19 knew about it.
Well, yeah, he's got his pad and he's writing stuff down.
Married Hollywood businessman Rodney Sprigg and retired from the motion pictures to become a housewife. That was in 1933.
Oh, it was okay. 1933. I thought it was 1940s. Okay.
Yeah. Remained married until Sprigg's death in 1982.
So You don't know this show right here is where Rick 9G gets all his information from.
Yeah,
So
he's got a pad, newspaper, and
he watches this show, and then there'll be a video. Next week there'll be a Miss Crabtree video.
Never gives us any credit.
I know.
Which member of the Little Rascals did Miss Crabtree? Was she? You know, that was.
This is the moment that Miss Crabtree left the Little Rascal.
Yeah. It's a very
Yep, this is the scene that got Magnum PI canceled. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, anyway, what is the favorite lines about the mice edit? What's that mean? One of my favorite lines is maybe the mice edit.
I have no idea.
My favorite line is "Yum yum, eat 'em up."
I like one called "Please, Just One More Bust," because Franklin Pangborn is playing.
Oh, he's just guessing.
I know.
He goes to some like it looks like a farm thing. Points his camera. This is where this happened. Like, what? Really? I don't know about that.
Mm-hmm.
This is Seinfeld's window.
Oh, the wolves are short.
The wolves are at the door.
Wolves are at the door. In the fire truck.
Okay, jeez.
When Weezer and Dorothy ate all the people's lunches at the schoolhouse, and they had blueberry pie.
Mm-hmm. Did you order a pizza or something?
Yeah, that's the same episode that I just watched.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That's the same episode.
It's got to be the fire truck to get all three of them going like that.
Mm-hmm. Was that the one with some of the original Little Rascals? Because the guy was playing the truant officer? Or was that something different?
No, there's no truant officer in this one.
Okay.
And
one of the original.
Spanky may have been in it. I can't remember, but if he was really, really tiny.
Well, he started when he was like 2.
Yeah. So he wasn't in it much. If you,
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some food.
Okay, that's fine.
What do you want? I can make you a sandwich.
Blueberry pie.
To get to the cracks. Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Well, you know what? It is time for a commercial. We'll take time.
No, we talked an hour already.
Yeah, I know. We've been very entertaining. That's why
just like that.
We're already over an hour already. So just for all those people, push the button. It'll work better. Come on.
Hey, let's play ball.
In the house?
Sure.
Hey, what are those things anyway?
They're Nerf balls. Spongy foam. That doesn't hurt anything.
Nerf balls. You got your Nerf. Hey, so where did you get these Nerf balls from, Miss?
From Kool-Aid, free. You send in the top of 20 packs of regular Kool-Aid or 10 packs of sugar-sweetened Kool-Aid to Kool-Aid, P.O. Box 600, Bradley, Illinois, and get a free Nerf ball.
A Nerf's a Nerf.
Wow, 1970. I was going to guess 69.
I'm going to write that down. I want one of these. Yes.
Nerf ball. You know what you can do with your Nerf ball? You could get it wet, and you could put it in the freezer, and it turns hard.
That would work. Oh yeah.
You know how I knew that was at least 69?
How?
What? No Peter?
No Peter.
Only 3 of them. Peter Tork was not there.
But, at the end it has copyright 1970.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, the Monkees made their last album in 70. There's only 2 of them.
Would be.
Mm-hmm. Right after.
There's only 2 of them then, so this probably was filmed just before Nez took off.
They did a lot of those like commercials. They would insert them in Saturday morning cartoons. I remember.
Well, yeah, they're not going to play them during Perry Mason.
And you could tell the show was over because they're just in a house. They're not in their house.
Yeah.
They're just in a house.
Yeah.
It could have been like the farmer's daughter said. Oh wow! Do you know what's in this room? Oh wow!
And Davey had very 70s hair too.
Yeah.
Yes, and Mike smiled a little bit, I think.
Yeah, just a little bit. He was ready to go, I think.
Oh, geez. I still can't believe Peter was the first one to leave.
Yeah.
I would have put money on we might be the first one to leave, but
might be. You know, he was at our prison in Oklahoma for a couple of years.
In prison? What did he do?
He was going through Oklahoma with some marijuana.
Oh my gosh!
And they got him.
Well,
Play it again.
He left the Monkeys to join Crosby, Stills, and Torque, but it didn't work out.
It didn't work out.
That'd been interesting.
James wants to see it again. Now pay attention this time.
Hey, let's play ball.
In the house?
Sure.
Hey, what are those things anyway?
They're Nerf balls. Spongy foam. That doesn't hurt anything.
Nerf balls. You got your Nerf. Hey, so where did you get these Nerf balls from, Mick?
From Kool-Aid, free. You send in the top of 20 packs of regular Kool-Aid or 10 packs of sugar-sweetened Kool-Aid to Kool-Aid, P.O. Box 600, Bradley, Illinois, and get a free Nerf ball.
A Nerf's a Nerf.
Oh,
how many thousands of packages did they send in?
Well, the Monkeys themselves, they must buy more Kool-Aid.
Because in the early 70s,
you got to send in 20 to get one Nerf ball. They had hundreds of Nerf balls there.
You could tell that was a later take because Mickey's almost like, "Oh, me now? I do it now?"
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
they'll do something. You know, they're records selling. So
next time I see Mickey Dillons, I'll have to ask him about it.
About the Nerf commercial. Oh, I want to do that.
I guess. Oh, hello, Kimba. Kimba.
Hi,
hello.
Kimba.
Kimba, hello.
Hey, Kimba.
Hi. Yeah.
We also did a couple of cereal commercials, and I think something for and there's some kind of cologne, I believe. They did different ones.
What? Mickey has his hat. He's good. Don't worry about
it.
Yeah, his hair's like mine. So
when the Monkeys did cereal commercials, they actually could eat it.
Yeah, they could actually eat it. Those other guys. Yeah,
they didn't just put a spoon up to their mouth and look at it.
Yeah.
That's what Don't Kellogg's commercial. Aloha, Paulina. Aloha.
Find a gentleman.
Yes.
Where?
Yeah, they did several different commercials for different things.
James was afraid of the Kool-Aid pitcher. Well, yeah, because
He was in your house, and then other people could just come in, and you'd be cold in the winter. And he wasn't very nice. He never used the door.
To
your house. Oh yeah.
He the one that just busted through the wall or whatever he did.
Yeah. He never. It's like he never. So he should know how to use the door.
Oh yeah. So like all the people were just happy with that.
Very rude.
Yeah, so anyway, there you go. There's a commercial by the Monkeys for Nerf balls. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. See, we do stuff that entertains you here.
But it's not. See, you never have a commercial like that now because you think that commercial is about Nerf balls. It was actually about Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
But they only mentioned Kool-Aid in the last 10 seconds of the commercial. You never have a commercial like that.
People said about the balls. Like, where do we get these balls from? We want balls.
Did they still make Kool-Aid? Is this still around?
Yeah.
I think so.
We never had it in Canada. We had this stuff called, we did, but we had this stuff called Freshie.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the same thing.
You had the packets, and now you have kind of like a big deal of Kool-Aid mix.
Yeah.
We
had Kool-Aid, but most people here in Canada had Freshie. My brother was a big Freshie fan.
No.
I think his Freshie. I don't know if they had Freshie in the States, but
I don't remember that one.
Heard of it. We had a knockoff. I can't remember what it was called.
Lick-O-Maid?
with all these little like fruit characters on the thing. I mean, it was a knockoff, but it was like a national thing. You know, there were commercials and everything, but I can't remember what it was called.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can't talk about
all the little fruits like Kevin Kiwi or something. You know, there's all these little flavors.
Yeah, I remember what
name.
you talked about. I just remember what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, there was definitely and it was cheaper, and that was the whole point. Cheaper. Like Kool-Aid was probably like literally the sugar-free stuff was probably 19 cents at the most a pack, and yet this knockoff comes along that's even cheaper.
I dare you to name a flavor of Funny Face.
Pineapple.
That's what it was. That's what it was. It was Funny Face. That was the name of the Kool-Aid knockoff.
Funny Face, was it? So we had Funny Face then. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but can you name a flavor?
No, I don't remember Funny.
Because they were all politically incorrect. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, Jolly Ollie Orange, a Choo Choo Cherry.
Yeah, Funny Face.
Cherry. Why is that politically incorrect?
No, well, yeah, but it wasn't Choo Choo at the beginning. It was Chinese cherry. And it had a little Chinese guy on the front. You know, oh, Chinese cherry. You know, Jolly Orange, Goofy Grape. That's right.
Oh yeah, Goofy Grape.
Yeah, Goofy Grape. Okay, that's the one I definitely remember. But yeah, it was Funny Face.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Funny Face was probably like 15 cents a pack. You know, it was ridiculous.
Stupid names.
Why did they call it Funny Face? Was it sour? It made you make a
because they all had funny faces. I mean, each flavor had its own little funny face fruit thing. That's why they call it.
Rootin' Tootin'
Raspberry. Yeah, I remember that one too.
Yeah, I remember Rootin' Tootin' Raspberry too. Rootin' Tootin' Raspberry and
Pickle Face Strawberry. It'll come up here, DC, and tell us.
And I think eventually there could have been a lawsuit there because I think that's where Fruit of the Loom stole their characters from, was Funny Face. And I'm not kidding. If you look at the Funny Face characters and you look at Fruit of the Loom, they're pretty much the same.
Hey, wait a minute.
Isn't Fruit of the Loom a weird name for underwear?
Well,
yeah.
Leave my underwear alone. Okay, thank you. Yeah. No, I don't wear Hanes. That's Fruit of the Loom. What about Tang? Well,
Tang
not big anymore.
Tang was first. Technically, Tang and Funny Face ripped, or Kool-Aid and Funny Face ripped Tang off, but Tang only had one flavor though. So
Ping ripped Tang off.
Yeah. Well, Tang was the astronaut drink.
Well, that's true. Tang was invented for space.
Yeah.
And then hey, we can make it and sell it, and they did.
I wonder if it tasted any better in space than it did on Earth, because I always thought it was horrible tasting stuff.
I liked it. It was just different. It was weird, but I didn't dislike it.
Tastes kind of juicy, kind of
Yeah.
It's not near
If you put enough Tang in your glass, it tastes pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really tart though. I remember that.
Yeah, it was.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need any sugar because it has sugar in it.
No, it was really tart.
Oh yeah, I remember that as well.
You won't get this kind of talk anywhere else.
All these reminiscence.
You've got to come here to hear what people really think about drink crystals.
Yes.
You won't learn anything about drink crystals from Faxverse.
No. Try to see if you can spot the one about Gene Hackman. Like, they have pictures of them laid side by side when they died. Like, no, come on.
No, they wouldn't do that.
No.
You know, just before I came on, CNN was live covering new developments from Gene Hackman. And the headline was, I didn't click on the video, the headline was, Gene and wife may have been dead for 2 weeks. That's not new. Like, we know this isn't happen. What? This isn't new.
There's a giant leg at the end of Jeff Kendall Street.
Yes.
That's news.
Right that away.
Yeah, but that gets very little press. Instead,
Yeah.
you get all these made-up stories.
That's a video.
Yeah.
Mary Tyler Moore and Valerie Harper. Something just happened between them. Huh? What could it be? And, sorry, but they've been dead for like 20 years or something. So like, But yeah, the one thumbnail had like supposedly they were found together. You can see like Gene's got his arm over. Like, come on, that's not them. That's true. Maybe.
Yeah, I could go right out the door, and
there it is. Yeah, but then all the cats would escape.
Yeah, the cats would run out the door.
You never see
My
them.
internet wouldn't go all the way down the street, so
You know what I call that? All Jeff's cats escaping. I call that an opportunity.
Goodbye. It wasn't too long ago. We had to rescue one of Jeff's cats off the roof or something.
Oh yeah, off the roof. Yeah, we're not gonna do that no more. So
we don't let it out.
No, that one's
to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else was it? There's more of these. Yeah. What happened? What we suspected about Tom Cruise? Like,
yeah.
What did we suspect?
I suspect he's fairly short.
Yeah, he's only 4 feet tall.
Yeah. So like what we all suspected about Tom Cruise. What? Oh no! I better click on that to find out what's going on with that. That reminds me of Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
This is what I hate about Facts Verse, though. They'll have a 10-minute video, the truth about Tom Cruise, and the truth at the end of the video will be he's had a long and distinguished career. That's it. That's Facts Verse. That's as deep as it gets.
Yeah, well, all those things are like 18 minutes long, 20 minutes long, and
they don't tell you anything. They tell you nothing.
Not until the very end. They'll tell you what you clicked on for. But then why did you click on that in the first place? So
the mystery for me is how he's had a long and distinguished career.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's clickbait stuff out there all the time, and unfortunately, I see a lot of it. So yeah, we have pictures of Gene Hackman's living there. Yeah, no,
somebody modeled it.
I don't know who that was.
Is there any updates on his death yet?
No,
the Pope hasn't died yet.
No. He's still dead.
Hopefully soon, James.
So he can go to sleep.
I'm just using this opportunity as a little break, but hopefully soon. Hopefully by the end of the weekend.
Has anybody been watching the videos that Grant Rock Warehouse has been putting up from his 1980s cruise?
No.
No.
Oh, have you?
Oh, yes.
Well, they interesting.
However, when it comes to Adam Ant, holy cow, has he lost his voice?
Oh, really?
We always talk about how Paul McCartney's lost his voice, but Adam Ant, he has none. He has no range. He's basically talking through his songs.
Really?
and like he's got two other guys to sing with him, but when they sing together, it sounds like a bad Glee club. It does. It really does. Oh, it's it's terrible. I get refund.
That's sort of like Alvin and the Chipmunks. Alvin could never sing. Theodore and the other guy was always covered for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Thank you, James. I appreciate that, and I'll be back. I'll be back soon.
You'll be back soon. I'll be back soon with another show. Stay tuned. Yeah, on this 80s cruise, they've had Squeeze.
Whoa.
And Honeymoon Suite.
Mm-hmm. And who else?
Avatar. Jeez.
You know, one of Adam Ant's biggest songs was "Dog Eat Dog."
It's true, and that's on the thing. Yay! DC. Yay!
Hey guys.
Hey, what's up?
Do you have any old packets of funny things?
How's it going?
Probably not.
I do not, but I got some compilations of old commercials from the 60s and 70s from kid shows, and I can remember those funny face commercials. And the one packaging, and I think Doc, you hit it on the head, was the cherry flavor, and it was very Asian looking cherry with just the slits and buck teeth.
Yep.
So then Choo Choo Cherry was brought on the scene in his stead.
Yes. It pacified all the people going like, hey,
yeah. That was the beginning of when they started cracking down on a lot of those fun characters like the Frito Bandito and such. So
what was wrong with the Frito Bandito? I liked
not a damn thing. And then it spread on to actual cartoons with Speedy Gonzalez, who they didn't have as much a problem with, but his friend Slowpoke Rodriguez, they did. Because he was all, hey, Speedy.
It's just a character. Come on.
Yeah.
And then poor Juan Valdez, they just shot him in the head because like we can't have this.
All he was doing was out there with his donkey collecting coffee beans. Poor guy.
I know, what's wrong with that?
Colombian.
Not a thing. Not a thing. But stupid times were just like right on the horizon.
Yeah.
Yeah, like let's cancel Pepe Le Pew because he's an adulterer or something.
He's a womanizer.
You know, I just had a thought, and I'm very serious. We never ever see the courtship of Eddie's father on television anywhere anymore. Do you think it's because of Mrs. Livingston?
Yes.
Mr. Eddie's father. Hey, Mr. Eddie's father. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But she is an Asian. And
right on, Kimba. Yeah, we're supposed to just pretend what we see and hear with our senses is not real.
Right.
I mean, she was probably recently immigrated to the States, and that's how she's going to talk. The things people get worked up about. It wasn't that anyone's poking fun at her. It was to be realistic about her particular situation.
Even on Bachelor Father, they had a Asian manservant or whatever do you call it. So, you know, that show's still on. Why is that show still on? Bachelor Father every morning on.
On Bonanza, you had Hop Sing.
Not Hop Sing.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I always liked when Deputy Drupal would give Ricky Rabbit his coffee. Really? Here's your coffee.
He had that. Here's your coffee. Yeah. And he had that hat that covered his eyes. He just saw his long snoot underneath. Yep.
Well, I recently watched, I don't know, within the last month or two, The Song of the South for the first time. And I don't get the problem with this movie. I really don't. It's
the hypersensitivity is just gone as far as it can go. I'm hoping that pendulum is starting to swing back to a bit of normality.
It's not even. It's Uncle Remus isn't even a slave or anything. They're like,
No.
I always thought it was because he was a slave and he was a happy slave, and that's why you can't do it. But no, he wasn't a slave. At one point, he just leaves. At one point, he's like, "No, I'm not going to stay here anymore. I'm going to leave." If he's a slave, he can't leave. I'm like, I don't get it.
Don't look for common sense in any of this, folks.
I don't get it. I mean, okay, yeah, the tar baby isn't the nicest phrase, but they don't ever elaborate on what it is or anything. They just mention it a couple times and move on.
Yeah,
you know, or you don't know. I don't.
You will never hear.
This is the most harmless movie I've ever seen. Why? Yeah. And in the end, you know, Uncle Remus is the hero. Uncle Remus finds the boy that's run away and brings him home. I don't get it.
Somebody in the Disney thinks that, no, we can't have that. We won't even play Zippity Doo-Dah anymore. No, take that stuff out of the Disneyland's ride and put in Tiana. Like that's better.
Well, they had all kinds of problems with Ride the Pirates of the Caribbean because I guess the pirates were a bit too bawdy for sensitive folks. Hey, they're pirates.
No, they had
what pirates do.
They had to change the name because they were so like, you can't have that.
Tie that scurvy dog to the yard.
Oh yeah,
that's true. That's true. You don't call that music, by the way. That's just it's not even shouldn't even be classified as music.
Rap. I call it crap.
That'll never save Johnny Whitaker.
Yeah.
How does that work? I don't get how that. What?
Uncle Bill.
Uncle Bill. I didn't watch it this morning. I got up too late.
Oh,
I can't give you the days.
I'm sorry you missed it.
You must have had a horrible day.
That's tragic, Doc.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody ever had a serious belly laugh over anything that happened on Family Affair?
No.
I can't remember anything that was even remotely
when it got
funny.
canceled, I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that made me smile. Uncle Bill, can we go to the park with Mr. French? Everything was like.
Yeah.
I need a drink.
Yeah.
I mostly remember him sitting in his chair mumbling into his newspaper when the kids would ask him something. He wouldn't pay any attention to him.
Or that hand would come up and just rub his face raw. Oh, Puppy William. And who's Sissy gonna date? The fella from Yale or Harvard?
Yeah. I hate to tell you, James Farley, but Billy Hayes was a woman.
What the?
Yes, Billy Hayes was a woman.
Yeah, she just recently passed a year or two ago.
Billy Hayes.
Yeah, she played Witchy Poo, and
oh yeah, from Puff and Stuff.
Yeah, she played that Lidsville. She was that
the Genie and Lidsville.
Weenie the Genie.
Yeah,
she was Mammy
I tell you what, if you were in the hallucinogens in the mid to late 60s and early 70s, you had plenty of programming to kind of just carry you away. Gumby, HR Puff and Stuff. What was the other?
Well, anything the Crofts made.
The Croft, the Croft brothers.
Lidsville,
all that.
Lidsville, by the way, had the worst theme song like ever contrived. Like Lidsville is the littiest. What? The littiest? What? What?
Are you daring me to make the the theme song?
Oh my God.
Lidsville.
Billy Hayes was a man. He was a woman.
No, Biddy Hayes was a woman.
She was a lady.
Not according to Wikipedia.
Maybe she had a sex change.
No, he was born William Foster Hayes III.
What?
Was an American actor.
Well,
no way.
Then there were two Billy Hayeses. Then is what you're saying?
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Because
No.
Billy Hayes was definitely witchy poo.
Well, there's a television producer. There's a Billy Hayes musician.
But it's BILLI.
Oh, here's another one. Okay, I got you. Yeah,
Yeah, it's BILIE. Billy is.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, different
Billy.
Oh, my heart. My heart.
Billy. Oh God, she looks like a guy though.
Yeah.
Not an
She
attractive
was-
woman, mind
Ooh,
you.
she was 96.
Yeah,
Wow.
Oh gosh, wow.
She just died in 2021.
probably COVID.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Oof.
I just don't think we can do Weenie the Genie anymore. Too many people would be offended.
I had too many fights with Charles Nelson Riley.
Yeah.
Boy, can you imagine the pugilistic expertise going on between that one?
Mm.
Oh, I beat up every. I hate this show. Get me off this show.
Yeah. So he was doing Lidsville. He was doing Lidsville and Match Game at the same time.
Ooh, wow.
How can that?
Ooh, double big check. Yeah.
Yeah,
Look
but
at Tim. He's got the backdrop going there.
There we go.
There's
Right
Charles
there.
right up in the right-hand corner.
Right next to the duck. Yeah, right next to
Yeah, he's conversing with the bodiless duck.
The quack.
Hey, give me a toke of that, won't you?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like we were saying earlier that they only made like 17 episodes of those things.
Mm-hmm.
So they just cranked those.
They
17
just-
episodes out.
Yeah, they run them to death.
Repeated them over and over. Yeah, I was shocked when I learned it. I only learned a couple years ago that there's only 17 episodes of Josie and the Pussycats. Because I remember that watching that for years on TV, and it was the same 17 episodes over and over and over again.
Yeah, there you go.
Cheryl Ladd was a pussycat.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she was actually on the recordings. Yeah, she's
sang.
quite a musical talent for that genre.
For that era. Mm-hmm. No, they only made too many, and they just repeat them endlessly.
Well, I have the 45. I have Josie's theme song on 45 somewhere.
Ooh.
I've got one episode of that show on that early cartoons DVD.
That's enough.
Yeah, that's enough.
One episode is
If
enough.
you've seen one, you've seen all 17. So, you know.
I know. Ooh. I know. And here I am watching all this stuff on MeTV Tunes. It's like, you played that one last week. Come on.
And then they made a movie. It was so good they made a movie.
Yeah.
How many episodes of the Harlem Globetrotters? 17.
Probably, yeah, probably about that.
Okay.
Yeah, can you believe that girl there doesn't even know who the Bugaloos are?
Bugaloo.
Bugaloos.
They come around here, I'm nailing with my fly swatter.
I don't know who they are, but I know where they are. They're here and there and everywhere is where they are.
Never heard of the Boogaloos. Drugaloos.
There's actually only 17 episodes, but still, yeah.
Now, how many episodes did that
were
make
they
of Gilligan's Planet?
Canadian American? Where were they? What?
Yeah,
I don't know anything about them.
Yeah,
because they had the cartoon Gilligan. They also had Gilligan's Planet as well.
Oh, Gilligan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a real trend for a while. They just took nighttime programming, sitcoms, and
Like a
figured out a
cartoon.
way to do a cartoon version of them, like Partridge Family in Outer Space or whatever the hell that was.
That's the worst
Yeah.
cartoon maybe ever made.
That's about when I stepped away from Saturday morning. I had too many lively Friday nights to be getting up early Saturday morning to watch cartoons.
That's a tragedy.
Shirley in the Army.
People think the Star Trek cartoon is bad. Watch the Partridge Family cartoon if you want to know what bad is.
Do you like Share the Land by the Guess Who? Yeah, it's a great album. It's one of my, I keep going back and forth whether it's my favorite album or number 10 is my favorite album, but it's a good album. My favorite song is on that album. Hang On to Your, my favorite Guess Who song. Hang On to Your Life. It's a great song.
Yeah, that rocks. That tune rocks big time.
And if you ever want to hear Burton Cummings' vocal prowess, listen to 3 More Days. He does a scream that'll put Daltrey and what's his name?
And probably Adam Ant too.
Plant to shame. It's just, it's incredible. It makes the hair stand up in the back of your neck. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Guess who highly underrated. Why aren't they in the Rock and Roll Hall?
Yeah.
It's not right.
Yeah.
No,
Is he the Adam Ant sing thing on Grant's Rock Warehouse?
Yeah, I saw him do Goody Two Shoes, and it was like done at a slower pace and didn't have the zest I remember. Of course, he's much older now, but
yeah, but like he
wasn't the toe tapper it was back in the day.
Basically, talked through it.
Yeah, he did a couple leg lifts.
Oh, he tries. I forget which video it is. He takes a turn and he almost tips over. Like, whoa!
Well, there might have been some turbulence on deck.
Could have been.
Just let me like voice at the bottom of the sea. Go one side.
Yeah. The other guys don't like that show.
It was horrible.
Horrible.
Yeah, well.
James mentioned Johnny Quest, and my last doings with anything with Hanna-Barbera were when they came out with the revised Johnny Quest. I talked to the producer, and I said, "You guys are going to use that original music from the show in the '60s." He says, "Nah, they want totally different stuff." And the Quest group, they weren't fighting like World War II Nazis that still thought the war was going on, or all these ethnic, or Dr. Zinn. They were all like, it was all technology and robots and stuff. And I didn't think it was very good at all. Can't hold a candle to the original.
I can't stand the music on the new Jetsons. Can't stand it. It's like, it makes it unwatchable.
Well, that's part of the thing that made those Hanna-Barbera shows so memorable, because they certainly couldn't spend the money on animation, but they could get the best theme songs and the background music and everything that really added to it. So
Johnny Quest, that was the one with the dog Bandit. And And Race, I remember Race Bannon.
Roger Race Bannon, the bodyguard for the Quests.
Yeah. Haji was underrated? Not really.
Yeah, the guy who did the theme with
the
jazz.
Bandit is Johnny's pet dog.
Yes.
They were originally going to go with a monkey, but then they decided, now let's go with a dog.
They did that with Speed Racers.
I love that soundtrack, though.
Well, the Hanna-Barbera
soundtrack is something else. With that jazz.
Yeah, I have it on CD. They released all that little different scenes going on. What am I can't think of the word.
Officials or
all kinds of music in the background.
Yeah.
Along with the theme and everything. So.
Yeah, but like the Top Cat stuff is just perfect.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like it was composed by Gershwin.
Yeah. Or Paul Williams.
Oh, really, it does.
Oh, they were great themes. They're very memorable. There's a talent to putting those things together.
It sounds like the Streets of New York or whatever. You know, Rhapsody in Blue and all that kind of stuff. It's amazing.
Must have been the Wrecking Crew.
I don't know. The Brady Kids. No.
Well, the Looney Tunes are most kids' introduction to classical music. You know, you hear those little bits and pieces from classical works, and the first time you hear them are on Looney Tunes. At least for me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they become recognizable, and they're like, "Oh, what those aren't actual songs. Those are taken from whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what's the other guy? The guy that did Powerhouse. Now, what was his name?
Raymond Scott. Raymond Scott.
Yeah.
So, all sorts of stuff are in those things.
Mm-hmm.
What? Tomita did the original Kimba the White Lion theme? Who's Tomita?
Kimba the White Lion. Yeah.
You never saw Tomita made a bunch of albums. They used to be all over the place in the 70s.
Tomita?
Yeah, Tomita.
Tomata. Let's call the whole thing off.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I know is like Hoyt Curtin and and Scott Bradley and Carl Stalling. That's if there was like a Mount Rushmore of cartoon composers, they would be on it.
Yep.
Not sure who the fourth.
Yeah, Doc. Unfortunately, Paul Frees was not on Johnny Quest. I don't think.
No.
It was Vito Scotti.
No, that was Vito Scotti. He was busy doing television at the time.
No, Goober. No, see, you're showing your age there, Lee.
Goober the Ghost Chaser.
No, like I grew up after.
Me too.
Whatever. Like I said, no, not even the Funky Phantom. No.
You grew up? I didn't know you grew up. That's interesting.
I watched a little bit.
Well, it comes to a certain point where Saturday mornings is like, I'm not watching that.
Yeah.
Better things to do.
You're like, Flintstone Kids, come on, never mind.
Yeah.
Popeye and Son.
There was just a wealth of just horrible ideas and taking classic characters and then just destroying what was great about them.
Tom and Jerry Kids.
I mean, that Popeye and Son, they took the pipe out of Popeye's mouth. Not that he ever smoked tobacco to begin with, but he couldn't even have the damn pipe. And Popeye doesn't belong on a skateboard. I'm sorry. All you hipsters out there, Popeye don't belong on a skateboard.
The worst was Tiny Toons. I couldn't stand that stuff.
Yeah, not a fan of that.
Tiny
How
Toons.
about the robotic Stooges? That way, if they're robots, they could get away with them punching or conking them with hammers because they were robots.
Yeah.
Robotic Stooges.
Like, how dare they?
How dare you, sir?
And now we can talk about Paul Winchell.
Yep.
Paul Winchell.
Paul Winchell played Mo on those Stooges cartoons.
Oh yeah, he did the voice. Yeah.
But the only reason they made those robotic Stooges because Frank Welker was doing a Curly imitation for Jabberjaw.
Oh, was he?
And they thought, we could use that.
Say.
Yeah. So bring on Paul Winchell and
Winchell.
and
that'd be a great weatherman name. Let's check in with Paul Winchell and see what's coming up weather-wise.
Yeah, whatever. And I've been watching a few videos with oh crap, the name Jim
Backus.
No, the guy who's doing the Paul Winchell voices now.
Oh,
Jim Marshall? No, that ain't right. Crap.
Jim James.
No, whatever. I've been watching.
It'll come to you.
But he's old now too. Jim Cummings. Jim Cummings. He's talking about how he does his Winnie the Pooh voice to people, and they start crying. Oh.
Or we are very soft. I see where Kimba said she watched Tiny Toons before school. Well, that's really making me old.
Yeah.
I saw.
Oh my God.
Super Friends. They're bad.
Friends.
They're bad. They're bad.
What's with the two stupid teenagers that wore regular clothes and had capes on with the Super Friends? Who were those two nitwits?
And
what would you, if you got the most powerful heroes in the universe, and you got two kids running around with capes on, with street clothes?
Well, we're supposed to.
We need the kids to relate to the kids watching. That's nonsense.
Yeah, we relate. Like, we could be Wendy and Marvin, couldn't we? And hang out with all these people, like with Casey Kasem and with Casey Kasem and with Casey Kasem.
I don't really get even a lot of the sidekicks on any of these projects.
Yeah.
Not even Robin. I don't get it.
Robin voiced by a 50-year-old guy. That sounds right.
Oh, speaking of that, I watched this movie on YouTube. It's on YouTube. I recommend it if you really like nostalgia. It's called Return to the Batcave.
Oh gosh.
It's made in like 2005 or something. I can't remember exactly when it's made, but it stars Adam West and Burt Ward, and it's got Julie Newmar, and it's got Frank Gorshin. And
I remember that vaguely.
It's awful
for a reason,
but you can't stop watching it.
I know it's so bad. It's fascinating as hell.
It's so bad. It's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
You got Burt Ward probably at his chubbiest. There you go.
Oh, there you go, Doc.
There you go.
Yeah. It keeps coming up in my feed, and I says, I don't need to watch it.
Bert is looking a little rotund there.
Yes.
Yeah. He's probably at his chubbiest there.
Who the hell wants to watch a 45-year-old man in green underpants and a yellow cape running around in elf shoes at that?
But they got everybody they can get, which is the fascinating thing. They got Julie Newmar, they got Frank Gorshin. And they got Lyle Wagner, which is interesting because Lyle Wagner was supposed to be Batman, so they got him. That's interesting.
Well, I'll tell you what, I bet Julie Newmar didn't have any problem still fitting into that Catwoman outfit.
Well,
she's not in it. None of them are in there. None of them, are Batman. It's all about the show and about.
I'm thinking of something else. They did a little movie featurette years after the Batman TV series where they brought back all the characters playing those roles. So I got my wires crossed there. That's just more of a documentary, right?
This one, the Batmobile gets stolen, and Burt Ward and Adam West decide that they need to get it back. So off they go. That's the movie. That's a movie right there. That's
what I'm looking at. It looks like it's like a show within a show kind of thing. Is that?
Well, yeah, because they talk about the old times and then it flashes back to other people playing them when they were younger.
Oh, okay, that's what's going on. Okay,
yeah, and then it will flash forward back to the present. And
okay.
The guy playing Batman looks very familiar, but I couldn't place him.
Yeah, I'm looking at him now, but the suit isn't right. It's like he's
nothing. Not a lot of money went into this, but I think they actually did have one of the original Batmobiles. I think that's probably all they had, and they went with it. Yeah. And they used. If it's not the actual entrance to the Batcave where they filmed, they found it really good proximity because it looks like it.
Oh yeah, with that Batcave.
Yeah, they got. I was just watching the Batcave all decked out, and the poles and the Bat computer and all that stuff.
Yeah, like they had
Julie Newmar.
Yeah, Julie Newmar's in it, and Frank Gorshin.
And Lee Merriweather's in it too.
Oh, Lee Merriweather too. Yeah, Lee Merriweather's in it.
Well, they got and somebody's playing Batgirl. I don't know if Yvonne Craig's in it.
No.
She's not. She's not in it.
Cesar Romero.
and I don't know his name, but the guy from Moonlighting, their private detective assistant guy from Moonlighting is in it.
Oh, the butler guy.
Yeah, he
Holy cow! Frank Gorshin looks old. Holy cow!
And the joke is Alfred keeps calling this guy or Adam West keeps calling this guy Alfred, and he keeps saying, "My name is Jerry," and he keeps calling him Alfred.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How come the Riddler's
it's a train wreck? You can't take your eye. If you like nostalgia, this movie is nostalgia all about.
He's got an exclamation mark instead of a question mark. What's up with that?
There must have been a trademark infringement or something that they couldn't have him.
He's got a big red exclamation mark on his chest.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
It's not a bad watch. Obviously, I bought the damn thing.
No. Like I said, you can't take your eyes off it. It's just so bad, it's good.
That's definitely the Batmobile. No doubt about that.
Yeah, no, I think that's it. They got the real Batmobile. Well, let's write a story. Okay.
Yeah, did you know who one of the producers are?
The Batcave looks pretty good. They've done a good job reconstructing. Oh, and there they are climbing up the wall.
You know who one of the producers on that Back to the Batcave is?
Yeah, I forget. I knew, and I was Don Wells.
Yeah, Don Wells. Yes.
Don Wells is one of the producers. And
here's a fun fact for you.
And go ahead.
And Tina Louise got no credits.
No.
I don't think Vito Scotti's in this one.
No, DeVito Scotti's not in this one either.
No.
Sadly, no. No, DC had a fun fact.
No, I just says when Tim brought that out about Don Wells, I just said, that's a fun fact for you.
And the one cameo, they have a celebrity window cameo in this, and it's Betty White. Yep.
My goodness.
It didn't do too well when it was broadcast on TV.
That's what I mean. That's why you can't take your eyes off it, because you don't know who you're going to see next or what you're going to, there's so many interesting, and I mean, I think they do a fairly good job of considering, the low budget that they had and everything. Burt Ward and Adam West go to a bar to get a drink. And there's these four guys in like black outfits with like names like Squidgy and stuff written on the front. It's Batman. And they're wearing derbies. I mean, they do this kind of stuff. They did a good job, I thought.
Yeah, there's something to be said for entertainment films or documentaries or whatever that it's so bad. It is. You can't turn away from it. It's just engaging.
Somebody famous said, Ed Wood was not a bad film director because the point of films is to be entertained, and Ed Wood films are very entertaining.
Oh, they are.
I agree with that. They're the only cardinal sin you can make in a film is to make it not entertaining.
Agreed.
Yeah. So anyway, it's free on YouTube now.
Yeah, no, I watched it.
It comes up in my feed, but being that I've got it, I don't need to.
Yeah.
It's 1 hour and 29 minutes and 52 seconds.
It was a TV movie.
Yeah, I'm assuming it was a TV movie. There's no way it wasn't.
2 hour time slot without runtime.
Yeah.
It's an hour and a half, so it'd be a 2 hour movie.
So yeah.
And the Don Wells connection is because previous to the Batman thing, they had done the Surviving Gilligan's Island TV.
Oh yeah, with the home movies and stuff. Yeah.
Without Tina Louise, but that one was so successful. Don Wells said, "Hey, why don't we make a Batman one?" Oh,
They've never done that for Dusty's Trail, though.
No. No, we don't talk about Dusty's Trail here anymore. or any of those.
Gilligan's Trail.
He's lost the trail. Whatever. Anyway, that's almost our show tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow!
I know.
Turn around twice and it's over.
Zip on by.
Yeah. So gotta save a few minutes for the next time. So like, I'm gonna.
MR Ducks.
Yeah. No, we're not doing that. No, we gotta go. No, sorry.
We'll be back Sunday. We'll do it then.
Doc must need to take a pee or something. He's in a hurry.
I know. How did you know?
Good night, folks.
You sit here for 2 hours and it's like,
I just keep a little bucket under my desk so I don't have to get up.
That's right. None of us are seen from the waist down. It's all.
I just mute myself so you can't hear it.
So I'm going to put this episode of Thursday.
I'm actually sitting on a toilet. Nobody knows, you know.
And just because DC is here, I don't think he's seen this or not. But we're going to say bye-bye to this wonderful dance sequence by the Earthquakes.